Shalom. I'm Chaim Goldman of Repairing the Breach, and this Torah cowboy is
Bill Leingang.
And we're here in Fountain, Colorado, between Colorado Springs and Pueblo. Why are we here at the Pikes Peak International Raceway, Bill?
Well, the way it went is we've went 13 different locations trying to find a very conducive location to do Sukkot.
Sukkot of the Rockies, 2019.
Absolutely. Yeah. And all of them had one little thing or another that just wasn't going to work out. Pikes Peak International Raceway reached out to us and they offered us something that had just about everything we were looking for.
And it really fulfilled our prayer list, didn't
Absolutely did. Yes, they worked on with us and have been working with us to make this the very best we can do.
So it's a little strange because, you know, the Sukkots that I've been at, and I've done them in Israel and all around the United States, they've been in my backyard and also the biggest events around. They're generally out in the woods, out in the middle of nowhere. But you know what? If you try to do that here in October in Colorado, what are we going to get up in the mountains there?
Snow?
We're going to get snow. So we needed something down in southern Colorado. You can even see it's summertime here and storms come in Colorado Springs, but down here it's dry, it's sunny,
semi-arid,
it's mild, it's beautiful, and it stays this way well into the fall. So we have a great location for keeping the feast, really in the wilderness, at the foot of the mountains. If the clouds weren't on the peak, Pikes Peak is right there. We're at the Rocky Mountains here. Amazing central location. What are some of the other things that we found here that we just made it such a good fit?
There was so many activities that we could farm out to. We could go each day and use this as a base, but we could end up touring the mountains one day. We can go on up and tour the Air Force Academy, or we can go south to the big Pueblo Reservoir.
So what we're saying is come here to the feast site, be here with fellow believers, and we're looking to have a lot of people here. This is a giant facility, but just across the road there, we have horses and horse trails that we're working out with them. There's a dirt bike track, so if you can bring your toys, and that's a little bit more money, but over there. But going out around here, the Pueblo Reservoir is about 20 minutes south. Pikes Peak is 20, 30 minutes to the north, and on Garden of the Gods, I know it's a funky name, but it's a beautiful place. And so southern Colorado, well, I mean, you've heard about it, and if you live here, you know it's amazing. So this place, the Pikes Peak International Raceway, is really a canvas for us. So how are we going to set things up here, Bill?
We're going to paint a picture that'll bless many people, that we can reach out to the nations. We want to be a priestly nation coming to the nations.
In fact, what Kingdom of Priests. That's
Kingdom
what we're
of
calling
Priests.
this
I'm glad you brought that in.
That's our theme. Yeah.
That's right. So we want to have a good time where it's safe to bring the families in. Many activities for family activity. Things at night that we can be casual with. Will be secure because the whole perimeter is completely secure.
There's only one entrance exit over there.
That's right. We'll know what it is.
And security is important these days.
And with the large venue of people that we plan on having, it wouldn't be conducive up in the mountains, but you can go up to those mountains. You can go see the trees and come on back.
And then come back here. So we have availability for tent camping and RVs camping. You can add on electricity, either 15 amp or 30 amp. There's a dump station here. We got shower rooms and bathrooms here. We even have under this building that we're up on the roof of right now, even has some indoor areas that we might
be able to secure.
Do some teaching. You're the tent guy, so what kind of tents are we setting up here so we can fit a lot of people in?
We're going to have what we call outfitter tents. We'll be able to, from great big for corporate gatherings to medium size to first come first serve on the little sleep tents. But we're set up so we can go in many different directions, many different size tents, and we plan on having them all.
So those are really like the basics that you want to know on the website here with the video that you're watching, or at SukkotoftheRockies.org if you're watching this video somewhere else. We have all the data there, but you know, when you take the time, you take a week or more off, right, to keep the feast. It's a commitment. It's a commitment to honor Torah, to honor heaven, to come out and minister to other people and really be part of a community. I mean, we claim that we have the love for the brethren, but try actually hanging out with the brethren for over a week. So we need to create an environment where we're all coming to serve. And I've kept, as I said, I've kept Sukkot in Israel and around the United States. And we moved here recently to Colorado Springs, and I had a vision after last year's Sukkot, because we knew we were moving here, that we would have a place in the southern Colorado area where it was mild that time of year, where we could have a large gathering, and this place can actually grow with us. We could eventually grow to thousands. We're not looking at having that many people this time, but when you go to these other places, let's just say there's a general conference kind of atmosphere, which is normal because when you're running a big event, it's a little scary to let things sort of go out of control, maybe led by the Spirit. And so there tends to be the group that's teaching and the group that's not, the group that's leading and the group that's not. You know, we're leaders, but we realize there's so many of you that have such great gifts, such great talents, and such a great heart. And by the way, we want to come to Sukkot and not just be working all the time. So we are creating an environment here for you to bring your gifts, for you to bring your talents. If you don't even know what your gifts are, we're going to help you. We're going to pray for you and counsel you and help you because we are supposed to be a kingdom of priests. It says that in the Torah and it says it again in the book of Revelation. So that's our identity. And that means we serve as servant leaders. And I know that you have a gift and I know that you have a heart to serve, but you're maybe wondering how you're going to do it. Well, you know what? Show up here with a heart to serve. Love him with all your heart. Love the brethren, right? Love your neighbor as yourself. And the Spirit and your fellow believers here will work with you to serve. And we're talking about the young adults and the children, all the way up to the older people who are here. We need to come together and we need to show the world what this looks like. I've been sort of saying, if you know, there's something that goes on in the Nevada desert every year called Burning Man. And what we've been sort of saying is, let's have a righteous Burning Man, because those people, for whatever reason, go out there, but they have, as far as we've heard, I haven't been there, peace, harmony, they're giving things to each other. And these are not people, for the most part, who claim to be believers and definitely not Torah believers. So we need to show the world what it looks like when hundreds of believers come together and operate in the Spirit. And the fact that we're not doing it up in the, we're gonna have plenty of time during the tribulation, depending on your eschatology, to be out in the wilderness there. But we're doing it in the wilderness right here on the corridor between Colorado Springs and Pueblo for the world to see. And even people, we want you to come for the whole week. People who come for the whole week are going to have more opportunities to serve and even opportunities to teach, which I'll get to at the end. It's really cool. If you're a teacher, we're actually going to offer you opportunities to teach. How about that? But for the world to see, and there are many pastors who are interested, but there and people from churches and others, political people, that because we're on this corridor, we'll get to come down here for the day and see what we're doing. And doing this openly, I think the time has come for us to come out of our shell and show the world what the kingdom of God really looks like when we manifest it here. So Bill, what are some of the things that most excite you about this sort of free operating in the Spirit, a little scary framework that we're trying to facilitate here?
It's real easy to keep a control on everything and rein in like it's a cattle drive, but that's not what we're trying to do here. I look forward to the fellowshipping from people that are coming from Nebraska, from New Mexico, from Wyoming, and all the way up and down
the world if they want.
Yes, we had people from Australia last year, so we hope that more people will be coming. But we're also expecting a lot of people from the Front Range area, people that some we've met, a lot we haven't. I want to meet those people, and I want to see what their gifts are and what my gifts I can be to them and
to minister back and forth. We're going to be teaching a lot. A lot of the teachings are going to be kingdom focused. This is Kingdom of Priests. There has not been enough gospel of the kingdom teaching going on. People don't even know what this gospel of the kingdom we're supposed to be preaching are. So we're going to be bringing that out. There's going to be opportunities for doing music, for doing arts and crafts, children, but not because we need it. It's what do you want to do? What do you want to bring? Also, the facilities here are great, but we're bringing in a certain level of infrastructure. Are there things that you can bring? Toys, games, sporting equipment. Do you own a bounce house? Bring it here because for the week, we're going to be doing that. While I'm saying the week, different calendars, right?
Right.
We know in this movement. So how are we handling this thing of people being on slightly different calendars who are keeping it in October?
We brought in and asked them for 14 straight days, 2 days to set up, 2 days to strike the camp. And then in that 14 days, we were going to be able to accommodate those who have the conjunction start all the way to
and the sighted moon, and the sighted moon in Israel, right.
We're trying to get past those little details so that we can just fellowship together and major on the majors, not the minors.
Right.
So, and I know I don't want to minimize that, but we've got a big spread, and people can stay the whole time. You can get here sooner, you can and leave later.
Help us set up the camp.
Yeah, that's right. There's a lot of things to do, details wise.
But you can come for however much time that you want. but which Sabbaths, other than the weekly Sabbaths, which we're going to be not doing activities off campus and things like that.
Right.
But on every other day, the people have a lot of different Sabbaths. If we stayed away from all the Sabbath people have, we'd never be able to do anything. So we're going to be planning, we're going to be giving you information to do day trips, but we're also going to be planning group activities, going out to different places. Every day there will be at least one. Some of them will have fees to it, but you will decide which days are your Sabbath days and how you handle your Sabbath days. Bill and I are sort of libertarian in a lot of ways. In this way, we've dealt with too much division over these important issues, but they still divide. So we've come up with a system of saying, you know what, come here, figure out how you can serve, because when you're busy serving, it's hard to complain.
That's right.
We're bringing in the best that I have seen in the way that different operations have run. They're all different and they all have their purposes, but we're trying to do something here. There's been nothing in the whole Southwest, as far as we know. Right. Yeah. No big events. So we have, hope that people will come from far and wide. We even have people from the Native American community that are getting into the Hebraic roots and learning about that. So think about, if you're deciding, if they're going to deciding should they come here and are they the kind of fit, what advice would you give people to decide if they should come to Sukkot of the Rockies here in Colorado? Come
and expect to meet a lot of new people with wonderful hearts, all in common for the Father, and to serve the Father, to be a worshiping crew with each other on here. I think that
we have to love each other in Yeshua. I mean, that's the bottom line.
Yes.
And let's manifest heaven on earth, which is really our job. That's what we're supposed to be doing here, taking dominion over this planet as priests, as ambassadors of the kingdom. Let's show ourselves and the world what true kingdom citizenship and true kingdom rulership looks like by manifesting the kingdom here at the Pikes Peak International Raceway here in Fountain, Colorado, about halfway between Colorado Springs and Pueblo, but we're right here along the highway, so you can a lot of people can get here. This is very, very easy to get to. There's an exit right off here. By the way, maybe you hear a little noise, but really there's barriers over here so that even the highway noise you don't hear. We're going to be camping in different spots around here. So anyway, all the information other than this hype video that we're doing for you to get you excited, and I hope you see our excitement, and there are other little videos that other people have done. All the information for you to decide is on the website, but you really need to register now, because this is our first year especially. We can't really handle, it's smart to do a humongous thing. So sign up now. We've tried to keep the prices as low as we possibly can. There are expenses for here, but we tried to keep them as low, especially for large families. And there is a benevolence fund. So if you didn't save up your tithe, you weren't able to, you had some financial difficulties, we're going to be dealing with that on a case-by-case basis. So if you have a need, please contact us and we'll talk to you. If you can fill a need and donate to the benevolence fund, please do. We've been working on this for over half a year, or by the time we get to the feast, it'll be
almost a full year.
Be almost a full year that we've been looking for it. The Father showed us this place. Absolutely. Check it out, decide if it's for you. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors. Sukkot of the Rockies 2019, what are we calling this?
Kingdom of Priests.
Kingdom of Priests. Come and serve in your priesthood. And like we like to say, because we're at high elevation here, Sukkot of the Rockies, what do you say, a little closer to heaven.
Yes.
Shalom, shalom. Check out the site and register now.
See you soon.